Yo, what's going on? It's 24/7 TV. You see the logo right now? It's all about Team Drumz to the world. We've got one of the most exciting artists in drum and bass right now. He's come down to talk to us about his brand, what he's got going on right now. Dreps in the building. What's going on, sir? Welcome to the YouTube space, man. How's the chairs?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, the chair's alright, man. It's a girl thing. It's alright, man. It's alright. We can work with it. You get me? Thanks for having me up there, man.
Nah, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see a lot of big movements going on with Dreps right now. But I want to start with the whole Team Drumz thing, because I must have gone out New Year's Day to do a show, and I looked in the crowd, and I was there for a bit, so I see so many ravers, so many supporters rocking the caps, man. The brand's really got out there.
Yeah, it's pushing, man. It's doing a lot right now, man. Like, I couldn't be more than happy with it, the way it's going, do you know what I mean? This whole scene's embraced it, everyone's getting behind it, and it's just the only way's up right now with it, man. It's just
I think the banner it just represents everything. It don't matter, you know, from like whether you're SASS or like, you know, HBS or Harry Shotter Show, it all comes under the. It's a very clever, you know, the way you come up with it, because it encapsulates everything within drum and bass. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the idea behind it, really. Like, obviously, like growing up in drum and bass, I see like what politics were going on or what things. I see which people didn't really, and I thought, no, like I don't want to be involved in any of that. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to be like. Where I liked everything to do with drum and bass, I thought one time I might want to work with someone from that crew, then someone from that crew, then someone from that crew next week. I didn't want to really just lock myself in a hole with something to rep and try and make everyone like come and jump on my ship. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I see people doing. So I needed to think of something that everyone can rep alongside their personal thing, what they're doing, do you know what I mean? For Team Drumz, as me and Shots were saying as well, it's like drums itself is in every kind of music. You know what I mean? There's a drum pattern behind every kind of music. So Team Drumz itself is just
it's
self-explanatory. I just wanted it to do what it says on the tin, and the whole scene be able to rep it, not just myself or someone that just likes me.
That's the beauty of it, man. I've seen literally everybody wearing it, and even outside of drum and bass, I've seen you had a lot of support from the likes of the OGs. I see P Money, Blacks. They're all supporting it as well, and it's clever because it is drums, like you said. The drums and the bass is the foundation of everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So the brand is very strong right now. In terms of music, are you looking to do some Team Drumz music, collaborating with artists? I know you've done the mixtape. Tell people about that as well, man.
Yeah, well, as I said, I wanted to do a Team Drumz mixtape to involve every spectrum across the drum and bass scene. Do you know what I mean? So we had a first one with 3 DJs on it, just doing a 10-minute section each, with 3 MCs over each 10-minute section. So there's loads going on within that 35-minute mixtape. Do you know what I mean? 45, I think it was. We got a second one coming out with a few artists, which is getting released very soon. And the third one I wanted to do, which no one really knows yet, won't have any MCs on it.
Oh, really?
It'll be a hosted mixtape, just to show that will be for the next 3 Team Drumz mixtapes. You know what I mean? Not so much a podcast, but just a hosted set from. A DJ from Belgium, or
will you host it?
Yeah, like I might host a Gov section, another Belgium MC host, or unknown, or do you know what I mean? Not so much lyrical. It's more about what the DJ's bringing. For that kind of people, then one might be a liquid one.
So you're going to give the DJs the chance to shine a bit more, because obviously sometimes if the DJ's working with an MC, he has to kind of drop the bangers in, not too many triple drops, but on the third Team Drumz mix, you're thinking it's time for the DJs to shine.
Let the DJ do what they want. Do you know what I'm saying?
I can see people like Blackley now watching that going, yes,
that's right. Come on, to do his thing, because he's sick, bruv. Like, I see him a couple of weeks back at a booking, and I was asking him if they had enough decks for him. So sure they got enough decks for Blackley, because he chops it up, and he ain't just throwing tunes together either. He's actually making 4 tunes to 5 tunes sound like one tune. Do you know what I mean? Sick.
No, that's brilliant that you're thinking like that, because, you know, as you say, like a lot of people just think about themselves and how they're doing, and that's quite refreshing that you're thinking about. Obviously, you know, you're at the hub of all of this Team Drumz movement, and the thing is I'm a great believer doing something like that will actually make the reach of the brand go further, which is benefiting you anyway.
Exactly. You know that's what I've noticed. A lot of people try and do. Like, it all comes down to like us as human beings, innit? Like, someone gets something, it's understandable as well. You get something that's yours, you build it, you get to a certain level, you want everyone to be on your thing.
Yeah.
You're not really watching the next man's thing. People look at it as competition.
Yeah.
Oh no, because it's not that.
Yeah.
If you plan your stuff properly and just make sure it goes the right way, it don't matter how many other things there are like you around. It's what you do what you put into it. So it ain't gonna make me feel no way to involve the whole scene in what I do, because it's only gonna better what Shots does and better what I do and better what yourself does all round. Whether it, do you know what I mean? So before I think of Dreps as an MC or artist, I'm thinking of how I can make the scene grow, which I'm in. Do you understand? So instead of me trying to reach the roof of the scene, let's make the scene bigger, so then I can get bigger in what I do. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I was really trying to go with it.
It'd be brilliant.
I've been saying that for time, man. That's why obviously you see certain artists.
A lot of that influence come from Shots, my bro. You get me? I see his mind space, and I'm just growing with that as well, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Because I see it with the grime scene back in the day, the way that man would literally support each other's releases, support each other's
They was
nights.
at a point where they was like that, innit? There was a lot of like beefs, you could say, or disagreements in grime, and they actually dealt with it a lot more road mentality than we would. Do you know what I mean? Like they dealt with it a lot more real. And then I watched the era where it got with them, where they was probably like, well, listen, if we want this to work for us, then you saw it. They just started helping each other, and if like he had something dropping on that day, everyone got behind it. It weren't just he's got something dropping, let me just let him drop that, and then I want to drop my one. No, push it all, and it make like, because it's true. Like if you've got a fan base, and the whole fan base like makes up of all of us three, that makes up that whole circle, and we've all got like a third of it each. There's no point you just trying to make a third. If we actually made that whole circle, if he said to his third, go and buy Dreps' thing, and you said to your third, and I said, that's the whole circle buying my thing, rather than my third. But when your one comes out, the whole circle will buy yours as well, if we all get behind it, not just your third. So it is about just helping each other and broadening our scene as a whole, so we can all grow within it, instead of just trying to break out of our scene on our own and be the, like, do you know what I mean? It's all like,
the mentality's got to be
sense,
right.
really,
It is common sense, man, because if you grow the scene gets bigger, and we all eat more as artists. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like we did the Harry Shot Show album last year that got a healthy chart position. But what we need off the back of that is a Drep EP coming out on iTunes. We need an Azza and Grimer EP. We need a Skibber, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Whoever. Do you know what I mean? To grow the scene, because then people look at it in much of a different way. We start getting a radio play, and we build our own little sub-genre off what the other guys are doing. Do you know what I mean? So it's very positive moves, man, and I love the ideology and the concept you're coming with. But Dreps the artist, man. Let's talk about Dreps the artist as well, because man, you've been doing your thing. You've done the mixtapes. You've got a unique style, and one thing with you is as well, you've got the catchphrases that everyone latches onto. There's so many of them. Break down some of the catchphrases. It's all mad.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I'll be real. Like, as loads of my supporters know, it's just, you know as well, it's just me. Like, nothing's forced. Nothing's like sat down too long and planned. It just rolls off, because that's the way me and my boys roll. That's the way the man them live. Do you know what I mean? We've got our own little way of talking, our own banter. So when we do that, certain things stick, and that's why my supporters like mean a lot to me, and they're strong to me, because the supporters that actually know Dreps and get to know me and like me could actually just chill with me. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing fake there. There's nothing been brung up to it. People are clocking my banter in the rave. Like What Now, for instance. Like with the man that thing of like, you'd say something like, what, you ain't taking ages with that, what not? What, we didn't ask him to do that last week, no, what not? Alright, cool. So after a while, when the ravers understood it, like with the missus, what babe, you didn't take the, not nah babe. What not, babe? Like, and next thing you know, they're coming to me in the rave like, Dreps, what not? What not, Dreps? Like, and they understand the banter, so it means more to them. It's just not like we're just getting them to say what not. They actually understand it. They're doing it to the missus at home. They're doing it to their mates. Like, Pastor Spliff, what nah? What, you didn't smoke all of that? Nah, boys, what nah? Like, and then it banters off.
It's very infectious.
It's infectious.
That's
because
what I'd
it's
say.
normal. Because it is normal. Do you know what I mean?
Calm,
like, I won't even go into it too deep, but man, them know. Like, there's certain words I've been saying for years, and then they filter into the mainstream of music that people hear of, like, top quality artists saying these words that I was saying 6 years ago, bro. And I've just been saying it that long, and it's gone through to like drum and bass rave, to all my friends that go house raving, to they've filtered it into house, then it's gone into that music. Next thing you know, people in West London are saying it, then it's on your telly to serious artists that we all look up to saying words that I know and man them know that I sprouted, you get me? But come on, man's dub plate leaker.
I'm telling you, it's so true though, because I remember Innovation in the Sun last year. I think the catchphrase, I think that what everyone was saying was, "It's so mad." Everyone was saying that. I must have even got in the taxi with Cartier, the garage DJ, Cartier, you know, the legend, and he was even saying it.
Mad.
So it's just proofs in the pudding, bruv. You know what I mean?
It's infectious. Is the
Come on, look at where we went. Charlie Sloth, and we done it on the radio, and you had Charlie like, "It's all mad."
Charlie Sloth was saying it. You know,
he done his own remix, I think, when we was up there. He said some little remix of it. I was respecting that still.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. These things roll off. These things happen on good events. You know what I mean? We might go out with a man, them end up on a little bender. Yeah. We're all having a drink. We're all waved. Something will happen. It will stick. Yeah. If it was a good situation and everyone had a strong banter of it, it will stick. Next thing you know, people hear us saying it, it's on the Snapchat, it's on the socials, then fans are saying it, do you know what I mean?
I think Snapchat's been good for you as well, man, because people get to see your character.
Yeah, that's right. You know, like, What's Wrong with Don Don? Yeah. Like, with that's been a few years now, that one's been about, like, what's wrong with Don Don? Like, is Don Don alright? I actually had a supporter come up to me at, where was it, Summer Gathering, and I've got the video on my Instagram of him coming up to me. He's got his What's Wrong with Don Don t-shirt on, Team Drumz. Dreps, come here, mate. Look at my t-shirt. He goes, I've had this for ages. He's like, Team Drumz is, What's Wrong with Don Don is Team Drumz, and my wife's name's Donna. So I got this t-shirt because I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, his geezer's cocked, he's like fascinated that he's got this team, and I've made this t-shirt saying what's wrong with Don Don, and his missus name's Donna. Do you know what I mean? So that's the wickedest Instagram photo, isn't it? Now, do you know what I mean? Like, Dreps, you're a legend. Yeah. My missus, you know what I mean? I love her.
You need to make a remix t-shirt for Donna.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's wrong with Don Don. Pay the motherfucking bills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything can lead off to it, man. That's why, that's the fun in this, man. Like, it's always evolving. We're always taking it to the next step. Do you know what I mean? And realising where we can go with it.
You just hit the nail right in the head. The fun aspect of it. You know, what it is whilst you're a serious artist, you also love what you're doing, and you bring a fun element to it. You know, there is too much, like, you know, when you said about the politics, there's too many people that, you know, they take themselves too serious. It's like, you know, they're, you know, and the thing is you got to have fun when you're out there performing. Because the thing is like, people work all week or whatever, and they go out to have what? Don't go out to stand there going, they go out to have fun. Do you know what I mean? And to be entertained. So, you know, that's a massive thing I think you bring to the table. But just going back to you as an artist, you know, like, I mean, obviously I've loved you as an artist from when you first were brought to my attention, and I remember, I think, was it the one take thing?
The birthday video you did.
Yeah.
When you done that, I phoned you up and I went, bruv, that is when I see a whole different side of you. Do you know? Because I know you as the guy that's always laughing and joking out on road, you know, having a party, and, you know, big, like, people like they gravitate to you because, like,
he's the life of the party.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a party there.
Trust me.
Dreps is moving, right? The party's over there. But the thing is as an artist, I think for me, the one take thing was what made me. I watched it and I was like, nah. I even said, what, nah?
I think he encapsulated kind of who he is in that video.
Definitely.
And showed that side. It was perfect, man. That was definitely a big
man. Like, it was, for one, obviously my birthday was coming up. I wanted to drop a tune on my birthday. I thought, what tune are you going to drop on your birthday? So I was sitting there for a couple of days like, what am I going to talk about? And then I thought, you got to talk about your birthday. And then I thought, how am I going to go with it? I thought, right, freestyle thing. And then obviously at the time the one take was popping. Getz had just brought one out. A couple of people had started. I thought, I like this tune. Let me try and jump on it. As I said, I like all genres of music, as you know, innit? Yeah. So when I started writing it, the concept just come straight away. I just thought, it just started saying, it's my birthday. So I said, oh, you lot, it's my birthday. You get me? And these be the worst of the birthdays. Yeah. Like so once that come out, I just thought, let me just talk about what's going on that day. Even though that day hadn't come yet, I just had to take what was going on. Obviously, I got my diary. I knew I had a booking the night before my birthday in Bristol, so that could go in there. On my birthday, I had a booking at O2 in Breaking Science. So I thought, I'm going to talk about coming to Breaking. All done the video outside O2. So, it was a bit of a no-brainer, but also from the topic of my birthday, that's how it come about, and I just put a few things in there about myself and just expressed a few things about my birthday, really.
It was a good look, man.
You know what I
It was
mean?
definitely. So what is what plans have you got now moving forward? Like,
musically, musically.
Well, like, as I said, I like all genres. Like, my supporters know it. If I've heard an opera tune that I really liked, I would find my tone to it, find my melody, and I'd go in and I'd rap to it. Do you know what I mean? And I'd bring
So
it out.
are you looking to just drop freestyles, or are you actually going to work on an actual EP or a single or a release?
I'm looking to bring out my first iTunes release this year, a little EP or something, just to get things moving. But it's definitely going to be strong releases coming out for the summer. Always have my head down in Team Drumz, live performances, recordings, and just finding new music, really, and putting together a few projects together with other artists. Do you know what I mean? Like,
as
linking
in
up with
MCs or producers wise?
Both. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to do a EP with Shotter and a producer. Do you know what I mean? To bring out in the summer, just to show what we can bring to the table together. That's one thing I like. Even though we do a lot on our own, everyone's got their own. But when you bring another artist and one artist, like, was it Kanye and Drake or something, done an album together? Future,
Kanye and Jay-Z
as well. Future and Drake done a mad thing. And when I listen to that, even though we know Drake and we know Future, when they come together,
it was
and brought
different.
Out, it was a
mad
vibes,
different
like,
wave.
It's brought out two different sides
You're
of the
right,
artist
man.
again.
And
So
it's
I like
the same
the
with
fact
Watch the Throne.
what we could bring out in each other. Do you know what I mean? And when me and Shots make tunes anyway, people, like, all my friends are like, nah. When you and Shots want a tune, there's energy. So
definitely.
God knows what we could bring if we actually sat down and brought an EP out together, things like that. But there'll be a lot of releases this year on visuals.
That's big.
And SoundCloud and iTunes releases this year.
A lot of work's going down. But one thing as well, just before we roll out, you've also linked up with Turno for the live side of things,
mad.
So what's going on with you and Turno in the layer and all that when you're building stuff for the live showcase?
Oh yeah, with Turno, what it was is like, as I said, they've got the brand, the Team Drumz thing, that's rolling. I'm always representing Team Drumz, as you know, because I made the brand. So, but it wasn't nowhere really musically in the drum and bass scene. Do you know what I mean? It was a brand, and the brand was growing. Like, as you would know, a lot of people might do something for themselves, create something, and then that becomes a brand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's like I went the other way. It was just repping Team Drumz, made clothes, made it a brand. Now it's going to bring a music element to it. So I introduced Turno, where we're good friends anyway, and we work well together, and we're on the same page when it comes to music.
Yeah.
It was a no-brainer to bring Turno to be the Team Drumz DJ, so now we can bring a showcase to the rave and show what we're doing, and it just brings the element away from just going to a rave and linking up with a DJ. Like, the promoter books you, oh, you're right, mate, who am I with this Friday? Just so I can know what I'm bringing to the table. Right, he plays like this. It's a bit better now, so me and Turno link up every other week, make dub plates, like, with my vocals on, that we can play only for our showcase. So you ain't gonna hear that DJ play it at that rave. The only way you're gonna hear that one tune is that's when Dreps and Turno done the showcase. Do you know what I mean? Little tunes that are more personal to us that we've made together. Like, by the summer 17, like, really and truly, we want 80 to 75% of our showcase to be our tunes. So then it's giving them a reason to book the showcase. You know what I mean?
Special,
like, from that one take you was talking about, we even introduced that into our showcase for the last couple months for a live PA. So halfway through, it drops into a bit of grime. I do the halfway of that one take tune. Then Turno's made a dub plate of the old school Creeper tune.
I've heard that. That's fire.
Even a few other DJs, drum and bass DJs are playing it. And Maggie plays it now. Like,
I heard Maggie play it.
So we're trying to bring a different element. Even though we're drum and bass, it's not about just standing in the rave. Like, I've seen a garage tune that Turno drops going off in our showcase. When I say off, it's just about energies. It's not the genre of the music. It's the energy and the time and the vibe of what you're doing at the time. Do you know what I mean? So we're just trying to infuse that to all our showcases to bring the element, like, people know you're ordering a package when you get this Team Drum takeover. Do you know what I mean? It's not just booking a set of an artist and an MC.
It's special, man.
Yeah, definitely, because you've got some. I know there's some, like, there'll be some big shows coming up this year for Team Drumz. You're starting to do some parties, and is that something you're looking to take Team Drumz events around the place?
Most definitely, yeah. That's all part of my 5-year plan as well. Do you know what I mean? I've had into motion.
I love that 5 year. I usually work on a 3-year plan. Like he's going deeper. He's going on 5 year. I respect that.
That's what I've been trying to do recently, man. Even when a new year comes in, it's still about seeing into that extra 5th year. Do you know what I mean? Not just I'm 3 years into my 5-year plan. Wait for the 2 years. Then what are we doing now? You always got to look into that next year to know what that 3rd year can bring for that year. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I learnt this of serious characters like yourselves that I'm around. Do you know what I mean when I say that? So with the Team Drumz, I'm definitely looking to make that, as well as it being a brand it is, turn it into a substantial alley for people to come and have good events and good nights in drum and bass. You know what I mean? And not just drum and bass, as we said. It counters for all genres of music. God knows where it could go.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's good to catch up, man. I tell you what, the energies are strong right now.
Definitely.
The energies are strong with you. The energies are strong with Team Drumz. It's resonating with the people. So it's going to be a big year for you, bruv.
Yeah, man. Team Drumz ain't stopping, man.
I can't wait.
They can't sleep on us, man. Trust me.
Trust
New
me.
clothes every month, new music every month. That's how we're trying to keep it. 12's a small number, you get me? And there's 12 months in a year. And it can't hurt no one to make sure you get things out for every one of them 12 months of the year.
I feel you, bruv.
You know what I'm saying? As
24/7,
you put out albums and mixtapes, you get me? Months of the year, so
Definitely.
Of course, man.
yeah, man. Team Drumz to the world and back.
That's right. And you know what? It's been an absolute pleasure having
Trust me.
Dr. Dreps, as we know him, as our friend. And you know what? For all you people out there that are looking to, like, you know, artists that are trying to, like, do things and make things in music, someone like Dreps is someone that you got to, like, listen and watch what he does, because, you know, like, I love the way he thinks about things, and, you know, and it's very forward thinking, you know what I'm saying, and I respect that massively, you know what I mean, and listen, we got the exclusive, that's all I'm going to tell you.
So you need to watch for this guy, watch out for the
Trust.
brand. 24/7 TV signing out.
Hey.
Team Drumz.